right, Charlie King here with you, and we've got another of our "And the Winner Is" videos, and we had Jim Furyk win at the Heritage Classic, so we get to check out Jim Furyk's swing, and we get to talk about it a little bit. His is probably the most talked about when it comes to unorthodox swing. How does he do it? I swing better than Jim Furyk, people will say. And let's just look at it for a second. If you swung better than Jim Furyk, you would hit it as good or better than he hits it. So many times when we see unorthodox, we make that claim or that idea, and that's not really the reality. Again, back to the way we look at videos is we really look to see what skills does the player have. We're not looking for an exact look, which a model teacher or rigid method teacher would employ. So they would look at a swing like this and start comparing it to their model, therefore it would come up lacking. I look at a swing like this and say, what skills does he have? So he's got a very good grip in terms of being able to square the club face, hinge the wrist, have support at the top, which are the three functions of a good grip. He's got great ball position, good width of stance, and I'm looking at his face on view right now. So as he goes back, we see him braced and turning around that braced right leg. We see the distance from the buttons on his shirt to the tip of the club, which we call the width, staying intact. We see his wrist hinging, and then we see that wrist hinge increase as he starts down, which we call down cocking. And, so he starts down, the weight bumps back to the left, his hips start to turn. And that position right there, he's really got a lot of stored up energy. So now as he comes down, right, he didn't give it away yet, so he's got his angle so that the unloading of this club head can occur really from right here, belt high, hip high. So you see how much that right arm is bent, how much his right wrist is bent back. So again, stored up energy. And then it unloads, bang, at the moment of impact, passes through. So great impact position, and you see that right arm finally extends way past impact, and he completes his circle, goes around to his finish. So the elements that I like to see and that any really good player has, he has those elements. So now we'll look at it from the down the line view, and this is the one that everybody talks about, including me. And when old video of Furyk, you'd see like right there, you see that club coming back, pretty conventional looking. It's actually tracing that shaft, shaft plane line, and old video of Furyk, that club head would be way outside of that. So then as he gets to here, then you see the classic Jim Furyk raising of the shaft and the arm. So the way I look at that is, that's just like watching a hitter in baseball. The unique different ways that people, stand when they get ready to hit a baseball. So then here's the classic, again, he starts to loop and drop. And so if you're going to go that high, you've got to loop that club. So he loops it, and now right there, he gets to hip high, and the shaft's through his forearm, club face is in great position. He's got the elements it takes to hit the ball at the target. He's coming from the inside, along the line at impact, back to the inside. And when I say along the line, I mean for an instant. Look at the ball take off down the line, and look where his club is just after impact. The club does not go down the line. When people say that, it's not what it's doing. It's going back on the circle. It's going back up the swing plane. And around he comes. So the thing with Jim Furyk, and the thing that we look at, is we really pay attention to the skills of a golfer. From hip high to hip high, Jim Furyk's just as good as anybody. He puts the club face on the ball. He squares the face. He's on plane from hip high to hip high. He creates a repeating ball flight, and he's won a bunch of times on tour. So give us your comments. Thanks.